Today I'm going to show you how I edit my Spider-Man videos. So we're going to start with this raw footage I got from my PlayStation Capture and trim it down roughly to where I need it to be. You'll find that the main thing I'm using here are the keyframes. So whenever you resize or adjust the canvas of the video, which I'm doing up in the display at the top, as long as you have one keyframe, every time you do that on the timeline, it'll add another keyframe. So every time I'm going to somewhere new on the timeline and I'm moving around to a new place, it's going to add a new keyframe for me. And then when it gets to that spot in the video, it'll be, the camera will be there. So that's the main thing I'm doing. Also, I'm doing a dive here, so I'm adding a roll effect. So it's going to roll the camera along with my dive. This is all done in the InShot app, which I'll link in the description. There you go. So you really got to slow it down and make sure the roll lines up with your roll as you dive. And again, always just adding those keyframes. Just continuously rotating the camera to where I want it to be. Trying to match the angle of his web so that it aligns vertically with the screen. In key spots, it's a good way of tracking the motion that he has. So sometimes I use that as a reference. And this roll turned out pretty good on the first try. It's usually not like that. So again, as he goes around the screen, especially when you're zoomed in like this, he's going to get out of frame. So just keep moving him back in. Another thing you're going to want to do is if you want really smooth transitions, like as you're tracking him, you'll keep him in frame, right? And then keep adding keyframes, keep changing it, and then go back and delete a lot of the middle keyframes, and that'll smooth out your transitions. So you'll see me do that here a lot. Here I've just used the freeze effect, and then I've trimmed that down to be like half a second, and then I'm going to add a filter to it. And this is how I get those effects to kind of showcase cool screenshots or tricks I'm doing or whatever. So yep, add the JPEG effect there, trim it down. Putting on the filter is a good way to highlight that section of the video so it's easier to know how to trim the effect after. Small tip. Again, rotating the camera here. So here's a point where I remember editing it and I was like not really sure what to do next. So he's coming off and he's jumping around, and there's not a ton of like rotating or interesting things I can do with the camera. It's just in free fall, right? So the question is like, how do I make this interesting and what can I do? Because people have really short attention spans. So I'm like thinking, okay, he's got a slight rotation here, but what is he doing? He's falling. So the motion that's happening is quite a bit, right? He's falling super fast, but because he's locked on screen, it doesn't really feel like much is happening. So what you can do is you can zoom in and out as he's going forward or backwards, and that will give you an increased sense of motion in those times when he's just kind of in free fall. He's not really doing much. So you'll see me doing that there a little bit. Again, rotating. You should go all the way to the end to where he's most rotated, and then put the keyframe, and then it will really smooth it out. Here I really didn't know what to do because he like falls into the bushes and he goes off screen, and you'll see it's hard for me to figure out where to put him, where to put the camera. And for the end here, there was just a little glitch. I got stuck in this corner, right? So I wanted to make it kind of funny. This woman happened to be looking at me, and the best part is it's the same NPC, I think, from the boat video. So reusing the sound effect again, I thought was really funny. So just like pan over to her, go back and put the keyframes in, and then I also put on a little effect here and a filter just to really highlight it. Add the audio, and there you go.
Bruh.